What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from AK Nation TV here on YouTube, the one place in the World Wide Web where we actually adopt some of the connections despite our differences. And welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, definitely follow me on all social medias, Twitter and Instagram at AK Nation TV. Now I'm here to talk to y'all about season 39, episode 8, the struggling to hold it together. The challenge. Yeah. Big T and Melissa are still in the game. Corey and Emmanuel are still in the game. Callum, the sexy Callum, got beat out by Devin. And yeah, I think right about now, Kaz is the only vet that allowed someone else to win. Am I surprised? No, I'm not. No, I am not. Shout out to Big T for beating Kaz. But I don't know if that's a flex. But anyways, let's get into this episode. Were we excited about the episode? Baby, I got a lot to say about Miss Melissa. Even though I like how spicy she is. All right, let's get into it. Corey and Emmanuel are back in the game. They never left because Devin chose Callum to get the axe. Michelle is a bit upset that Callum left. You know, she doesn't have her doing doing anymore. She doesn't have her boing boing anymore. She doesn't have her okay anymore. I would be mad too if white teeth left. You know what I'm saying? Because Callum is sexy and Callum got that white teeth. And his veneers don't look like veneers. You just know that he got his teeth fixed. You know what I'm saying? Callum cute. He cute. I wonder what he look like without all them damn tattoos on his eyebrows and face. I still don't see Callum and Michelle together. But you know, Michelle is butt hurt or pussy hurt, however you want to think about it. Did they have sex I wonder if they had sex in the house. She's upset that Callum is gone. Asaph and Olivia want Melissa out the game because Melissa is a threat. How is she a threat? Did she win anything? I don't know. Olivia goes to talk about, well, she was in a final before. Weren't you in a final before, Olivia, when you got your eye almost crushed by the golf ball? I'm confused. Our priorities are skewed. I don't understand. Melissa can be competition. Melissa could probably beat out Norris. Melissa could probably beat out, I don't know who else, Big T. But it seems like all of the women are even killed. So maybe it's because they have these relationships with these other women that they're even killed with, and Melissa and Big T are just on the outs. I guess that's the issue, I guess. Jay says he wants Zaza out. And, Mariah, Emmanuel wants Big T out. And Jay is like, that's dumb. And in my mind, I'm like, Big T, and in Jay's mind, Big T is not making it past the final. Big T is not doing no laps in swimming. She's not doing no 17-mile run. Big T's not doing none of that. So I want her in the final so that I can win. I don't understand why these people are wanting to take competition beasts to the final. Maybe it's the point that you might be partnered up with these people and you don't want to be, like, what's the girl that won the last season, USA? You don't want to be like her and have to be forfeited because you are with someone that kind of crapped the bed. And so maybe that's why they're trying to, get the competition people to the ending. Oh, who you want to run a final with? Because you're going to be paired up with somebody and you don't want to be left behind. I get that. That makes sense now. That makes absolute sense. But the thing is, if you take all layups, you're bound to win. You know what I'm saying? You're bound to win if you take all layups. But I understand that not happening. So I can get why they want to get certain people. I get it now. It makes sense. Colleen ends up getting screen time, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, she's about to be gutted. And then we get BT talking to Kyle. Kyle's holding this big, voluptuous, chunky baby. And, I think to myself, wow, I actually miss Kyle on my screens. Big T states that she's never done a challenge without Kyle. And I feel like Kyle's been going for a long time, but Kyle has done 7 challenges. And so, I don't know, hearing that she has never done one without him, I don't know, all of these challenges just seem to blend in. Is it me or is it just me? I don't know. Corey, my sexy gay brother, how you doing? Corey ends up talking to Melissa, and he's trying to gain her trust back by apologizing. And in my mind, I'm like, who would ever, how would she ever think about trusting you again after what you did to her and Big T, all of the things that you said, when you had this confidant kind of I love you moment, and then all of a sudden, they're on the outs. Like, I don't I don't understand why he thought that Melissa would be like, okay, yeah, let's be besties again. I'm very confused. I'm very confused by Corey's gameplay. He's getting a lot of airtime because he's causing a lot of waves, but he's not causing waves for the right reasons, if that makes sense. Raven and Zaza are talking. Mariah's body looks phenomenal. What? Her body is banging. And then we get to the challenge called the Tower of Power, where they have to take all of this stuff, put it in front of the door so that the other team can't get through. To be honest, these towers looked poorly designed and poorly made, in my humble opinion. And they have these very like hard cinder blocks and all the stuff that they got to use. And Kylan ends up being the captain on one team. And then the blue team, and then Jay ends up being the captain on the orange team. Both of them have had experiences with knots and tying stuff up. Both of them won. Jay won against CT. Kylan and Azza won in their particular situation in the Battle USA #1. And so they feel like they have the ability to talk. I don't think Kylan does really, because Kylan just carried Azza. Jay got rid of CT. So Jay can talk all the gift of the gab that he want to talk all the gift of the gab. They start this thing off, and Kylan spends 25 minutes creating a single knot on a single handle on the door. I was so confused, did not understand nothing about what was happening, and it really aggravated my spirit and mind. Because what are you doing, Kylan? Why are you spending all this time here? Baby, when they tried to get them chains, that's what did this. The chains, them not getting a hand of the chains is what did this, and all of them were struggling to fight the chains. And Jay's team ended up getting the chains. That's what ended up making them win. Jay ended up roping and roping and roping and roping and tying and knotting and tying and knotting. And when you have those links and those chains that are connected and making it easier to pull out, it is what it is. Baby, they switch sides, and Kylan goes over to the other side. Horacio's pulling. A chain hit up. Pow! Hit him in the head. He gushing blood. Now in my mind, you're around all this dirt, debris, this filth. You taking your hand and going like this with the blood. I'm like, oh my God, that's horrible. You know what I'm saying? But Kylan's like, no, it's okay. It's okay. I'll still go. Long story short, Team Blue lost. Team Orange won. And they're on the top of that tower that looked like it was about to fall, jumping up and down. It was like 17 of them jumping up and down on it. They dropped the blue flag. They dropped the blue flag. And they won. And I'm like, damn. But I like Jay. So I'm cool with liking Jay. And Jay's team was stacked. And we don't have to get some long drawn out situation with Corey and why he got to be sent in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, great. They end up choosing Melissa to go in. They have this little powwow. They want Melissa to go in. Melissa calling people out on the other side. And I'm like, girl, you already knew what it was. You knew what it was. You were going to go in. You know what I'm saying? Melissa is a firecracker, though. And I can see why these girls want her out, because Melissa fierce. Melissa ain't scared of none of these hoes. And Melissa will pop off on these hoes. But, okay, I'm gonna wait till I get to it, because I got a lot to say about Melissa at this club situation. So we get to the club, and there's a lot going on, and I'm skipping through a lot of this stuff, because none of this stuff factor. Like Asaf wanting Kylan out, and Mariah wanting Colleen out and starting the conversation with Colleen. None of this makes sense. And I'm wondering why Colleen is even in the beginning of my screens. Like, is she going in elimination? No, she's the topic of conversation. We haven't seen Colleen until this moment. So why are we, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, this is all a mess. Raven asked Colleen about Mariah because she was in a room hearing her talk about throwing in Colleen. Colleen is very she's interesting. And the way she talks about canceling or taking someone and putting someone into the challenge, and maybe she can see if the moon is out or if the wolf is howling at the sun. Like, the way she talks in confessionals is a miss for me. And we get to Berna talking to Mariah. No, Berna's talking to Melissa, because Melissa is trying to figure out who called her name and who put her in the thing. Girl, it's over. You're going in. Like, what are we talking about? Everybody has to go in. You're going in. It's over. Berna ends up calling over Mariah, and Mariah comes over and sits with Melissa. Melissa's like, I don't want to hear this, because Melissa was fabricating this lie so she could get the truth out. Somehow, in the midst of something else happening, Raven's name comes up. And I guess I was fast forward and I must not have seen this or figured out why her name came up, but Raven's name came up. And Melissa wanted to go after Raven about why her name came up. Now, here's the problem I have with this situation right here. Raven is being soft-spoken and poised talking to this white woman. And this white woman is going off. And I'm going there because I can go there, right? Because there's one thing to popping off and me thinking that Melissa could beat everybody up. That's one thing. But there's another thing to actually go and do the act. And what I have a problem with, and I'm wondering if there was a lot disconnected with the editing, because this broad Melissa gonna sit up here. Raven ain't hostile. Raven ain't raising her voice. Raven ain't coming at her like it's a problem. Raven decides to get up and walk away from the situation after she sat there and allow you to berate her. This wasn't like Nerese. Nerese and Melissa, this wasn't that. This wasn't that. Nerese, this was not Nerese and Melissa. This woman was civilized, speaking to you, and was trying to get you to understand her reasoning or whatever. You didn't agree to her reason, so you threw liquor in her face. I'm just happy that at least we saw a clip of where Raven retaliated and threw the liquor back. But I wanted Raven to pop her because there was no reason for Melissa to get in her like that. There's a difference between Melissa kicking Nerese because Nerese was playing dirty in the mud versus Melissa thinking that Raven had something to do with her going in and she just challenging her and throwing liquor in her face. That's like what the big brutish boy, the big brutish boy that thought he was doing something, and he voted in Johnny Bananas. What's the boy name? He blocked me on social media. He's so ignorant. He won Big Brother. Anyways, whatever his name is, him. It's like when he threw a drink on Swaggy, and Swaggy just had to sit there and take that. Now, Swaggy would have been wrong if he beat him. You know what I'm saying? If he beat him, broke his, you know what I'm saying? Swaggy would have been in the wrong, right? Because he the black one. He would have been in the wrong. Now, Raven would have been in the wrong if she smashed that glass in Melissa's face when Melissa threw that. Because that would be me. I couldn't be in no situation and have Xavier do to me what he did to Kylan. And Kylan got to sit there and take that. And then he going to have this Asian woman calling him to come out the scene in Big Brother. That could have been me. Because I wouldn't have left. And I could have been sitting there and this broad going to throw a drink in my face that she don't like, that she... No. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? But you know what? You know what the thing is, though? Here's the thing. Now, here's where you know. Here's where you know that Raven is that girl. Raven is so calm and mute in this situation. It's a double-edged sword with that. Because it's the quiet ones you got to watch out for. Now, if she would have been all crazy and yelling at the mouth, you would have saw that she was furious. But it's them tamed, quiet ones. They're calculated. They're calculated. And I swear to God, I just wanted her to pop her one. Pop her one. As soon as that drink flashed and she threw that drink, she should have threw the drink, threw the glass, and popped her. That would have been it. But of course, she would have been out the game or whatever. But what really pissing me off about this is that everyone is comforting the white woman in this. Everyone is comforting the white woman in this, and I am pissed. Not understanding why people are comforting this white woman. I don't understand why she put my name up, and I don't understand, and I don't understand. And then we go from her crying to her clean face, and she charging after Raven again. But ain't nobody on Raven back. Ain't nobody helping Raven. Ain't nobody saving Raven. Ain't nobody doing nothing with Raven. It's all about this white woman and clearing up these white woman Karen tears. I would have read Melissa for filth. I would have read her for filth. And I'm understanding why Corey didn't get involved, because he's not involved in drama this time. But ain't no way in hell I'm going to sit there and let Melissa throw a drink on this woman and me comfort Melissa. You out your goddamn mind. And at that time, I would have egged Raven to size up on her. I'm sorry, I just would have. Or me and Raven would have left the club. Me and Raven would have left the club, and I would have won the competition, and I would have voted Melissa ass out. You know what I'm saying? You just don't do that. You don't do that. And to be quite honest, Corey and Raven are in this weird position in their alliances where these people are they're peons. Their alliances are peeing on them, And we have to sit here and watch these people like beg for forgiveness and be stuck in the house with now she feel like she can't go off on this girl because this girl threw a drink on her. Then we get to the deliberation and Melissa silencing Raven and telling her to shut up. But we don't see no clip of Raven going off on this broad, sizing her up on her head. I'm so confused right now. I'm not understanding this. And ain't nobody saying nothing. Ain't nobody saying nothing. We just letting her run her mouth because she's this white woman. What? Raven better than me. Raven is better than me. But then on the flip side, Melissa should have threw a drink on Reese. I don't want to see no Reese go off. Because you ain't throwing a drink on me, and then you cute and everybody. What would have tipped me off when everybody started consoling her? I would have blew that place up. It would have been. What are we talking about here? Side note: I just realized that Nicki Minaj's album comes out tomorrow. Like what? Come through, Nicki. Come through, Nicki. I'm ready for some new music. Come through, Nicki. What? Anyways. We get past that, and what happens next? Casey comes out. It's Big T and Casey going in. No, Big T and Melissa going in, and Casey comes out. Now, after watching the last challenge, I have a little bit more respect for Casey. Casey is a great player. Casey is a calculated player. Casey plays with no emotions. And so I can respect that. I've grown to respect that. And it is what it is. I can give Casey her flowers now, right? Melissa and Big T hug up on Casey. You know, they've gone in challenges together. They love each other. Casey doesn't want to say any of their names, but she ends up pulling out Big T. She's upset that she's pulling out Big T. They play one round, Casey wins. They play a second round, Big T wins. I believe that Casey gave Big T the win because the look on Neresa's face was like, child, bye. Big T didn't win her. You know, and then Casey has to come on like, oh, I got to try my best to go. Girl, bye. It's Big T. If that was a struggle, then that's a struggle. But I don't see Casey struggling over somebody's Big T. Casey is not Kaz. Now, if Kaz would have wrestled Big T would have won over Kaz, straight up. Casey ends up winning. She gets $10,000 to take back to her and her girlfriend. And it is what it is. We no longer have Big T in the game. But shout out to Big T because Big T did really, really well. Big T is the only girl that stepped up and did something, to be honest. She's the only girl that stepped up and did something. And so shout out to Big T. I think Big T is dope. I don't know why they hated her so badly, but it is what it is. What did y'all think about this particular episode? Because I mean, next week we see Asaf going off on Kylan, and I just see Kylan beating him up. Not really. Asaf looked like he fast and vigilant and got a lot to prove. But I don't see Kylan being no pushover though. I don't know. I'm gonna ask y'all, who y'all think will win in a fight with Melissa and Raven? Raven too good for me. I would have popped her in her mouth. Ooh, I would have popped her in her mouth so fast. What? I would have gave her a reason to go cry to the people, and y'all could have sent me off. I would have popped her. I would have popped her one. Just one that back slapped that broad. What is you talking about? Throwing a drink in my face, and then you're not even going to apologize? Like, you're not even going to say, you going to tell me to shut up? Girl, she would have got popped at the thing, and she would have got popped in the liberation. What are you talking about here? I'm defending myself. She threw something on me. No, I'm not okay with none of that. And who do y'all think will win in a fight? Asaf or Kylan? Asaf look like a scrapper. I don't know. Anyway, leave your comments below. Let me know what you thought about this particular episode. Deuces.